Hi everyone, welcome to Toni on Real Estate Education. A shout out to my current and former students, and of course welcome to anyone that is new to my channel. In this video, we will take a quick look at the development of the survey system of land in the United States, how the survey system developed over time and why it was needed. Okay everyone, let's get started. How do we know where one property ends and where one begins? The survey. Surveys are performed by professionals to determine accurate boundary lines, ensuring clarity in real estate transactions. The history behind surveys dates back to the settlement of the 13 American colonies. One way English common law encouraged settlement was to hand out land grants. The early American settlers learned early on that they needed a way to define the boundary lines indicated on these land grants. The metes and bounds description of land was largely used. This historical method uses the measurements between natural features. So here's an example of a metes and bounds description of land. Let's say John is thinking about selling a portion of his land to Bill. John takes Bill over to the property to lay out the boundaries of the land being sold. John, who's standing in front of a gigantic rock, says to Bill, "The property that I would be selling starts here, at this rock, known as the point of beginnings, basically the starting point, then heads 200 feet north to Bear Creek. From there, 150 feet east along Bear Creek until the big oak tree, then 200 feet south to Pine Road, then back here west 150 feet to the big rock." Let's dig into this a little deeper. Metes defines the distance and directions between the landmarks or natural features, while the bounds is the landmark or natural feature. In our example, our natural features consisted of a big rock, a creek, a tree, and a road. Notice how we started at the rock and then came back around to the rock to complete our survey of the land. As one can imagine, this was not a very precise way of depicting land. What if a tree was cut down or a rock removed? As time went on, the United States expanded westward, and a more dependable system was needed. The rectangular survey system, also known as Public Land Survey System, which was originally proposed by Thomas Jefferson, was established by the Land Ordinance of 1785. This was more of a grid-like map of the United States, lines running north, south, east, and west. It had the ability to divide large areas of land into sections, townships, and then into smaller pieces of land. Imagine the chaos that would ensue between neighbors if property lines were up for interpretation. Today, anyone who purchases a house needs to pay for a survey. It's usually a part of the buyer's closing costs. When people are purchasing a home, they need to know where the boundary lines are on a property as to not break any town or building regulations that might later cost them thousands of dollars. For example, building a garage that goes onto your neighbor's property. There is a very good chance that once that mistake has been recognized, the garage will have to come down. A survey would have saved the day.